Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Building with BdoubleO. I got to tell you guys a story, but before I do, it looks like it's sleep time, and I hear something inside here. Let's not go in that dark room. I've got some dark spaces about that we don't want to mess with, but guys, yesterday, old B-Dubs had to get a haircut. It'd been a while. It was time for B-Dubs to get a haircut. And I was kind of looking forward to it and excited for it. And so but I ended up, I was running a little bit late. I was a few minutes late. And so I was rushing, flying. Got to get there on time. Can't be late. Flying. And only a little bit over the speed limit. Usually I drive like a grandpa. I'm a pretty slow driver in my old age. But I was going 10 over the speed limit. I mean, you guys can attest to that. That's not super fast. And I was hitting every green light, and I was making amazing time. And I shouldn't have made it, but I did. Every green light, it was like I had the Lord's favor on my side. Hit every green light and made it in time. Walked in the door right at 11 o'clock when my appointment was, and the girl at the desk looked at me and said, "Hi, we don't have you scheduled until 1:15. So is that going to be okay?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, 1:15, right. I just swinging by to make sure that everybody's doing okay. And I'm going to leave now. I'm going to leave. Do you guys need anything? I just wanted to stop by and see if you needed any groceries or whatnot. And I'm just going to leave, though. I'm going to slowly back out of the room here. And goodbye. And luckily, there wasn't too much laughing and heckling to my face. But I'm sure as soon as I left the place, they had a good laugh at my expense. Old B-Dub, super excited for his haircut, and then get there about 2 hours too early. What an idiot. Stupid B-Dubs. It's been a while, guys, but we're here. Those of you that don't know, this is Building with BdoubleO. This is my world that I've been working on for ages. Years and years and years and years. We've got wonderful kingdoms all over the place. Different themes, different styles, and we've grown as we've been going here. And this area was originally a couple years old, but I'm kind of trying to update it. And this is called the Land of Ivy Rose. Last time we left off, I think we built this building, and that was it. In the meantime, B-Dubs is like, man, I got to do a little bit more building before our next episode. And I just kept building, and I kept building. And I kept building and 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 building. And we've got a lot of buildings here now. But this is the big boy that we're going to be working on today. I'm super excited for that. Some things are, not complete. This needs more detail on it. But another thing that I've been doing is working on textures. Guys, I've done some changes and made some changes that I think are really unique, and I'm really, really happy with them. I think they stay true to vanilla, but at the same time, they just add and enhance the normal build style. And I gotta say, Germsy boy, I asked you privately, stop yoinking my textures. And now I will have to say it publicly. Germsy boy, stop yanking my textures, okay? Just do your own unique thing, all right? I see that you're still using a lot of stuff that I'm doing and copying a lot of the things I'm doing. Do your own thing. I know you can do a great job on your own. You're a talented guy, and I would appreciate if you just, this cobblestone, I love it. This is my cobblestone. Don't put it in your texture pack, please. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But guys, new cobblestone, it's kind of more flattened. How is that? Isn't that beautiful? And this is andesite. Oh, they just blend so nicely. I'm so happy with it. I think it's so nice. I've changed some of the windows. I've made so many changes. Sandstone, I'm making it more, of like looks like a structural block. There was some weird tones in it that I didn't really like, and I've got that worked out and stuff. Again, Germsy, leave them alone. Huh? Leave them alone. Stick to your own stuff. Appreciate it so much. Love you to death for that. But look at this little back alley, guys. Pretty nice, huh? Isn't this sweet? You got a little little thing here that leads over to this, and then you come up here. And we're going to make this big, huge temple today. Oh, I'm excited about it. Color palette that we're going to use. This might look familiar to those of you that are friends from the Hermitcraft server. Huh? Diorite, andesite, granite. I really was thinking about this and thinking, on such a massive scale, what are we going to do? What are we going to use? What blocks are we going to use? We've got this very colorful village and stuff, and we could use, some of these very colorful blocks in here, but then we don't have stairs. It's just going to be kind of difficult. I guess I'm not going to 100% be sold on this. I'm going to try. The first thing I'm going to do, we've got these towers on the end. We've got this big main circular structure. And this is a temple. We'll have something kind of in the center. If those of you that don't know, this area is kind of dedicated to my late daughter, Ivy Rose. So we have named this area Ivy Rose, and maybe we can do something in the center that kind of commemorates that a little bit, possibly. I think that could be really cool. But let me work on this tower right here in this color palette, and let's see how it looks. All right, we got some pretty good progress here. I've been back and forth on this design and this style. I ended up just committing to something because something like this, it's mainly just getting the color palette in. In a tower like this, it's not really super important for there to be just like loads and loads of this insane, amazing detail. You just want to get the flow and the style. And the big thing, those of you that follow over the Hermitcraft, you've seen I just recently did a castle out of a very similar color palette, but I want to change it up a little bit. And the way we're changing it up, the thing that really sold me and I was like, oh yeah, is the brick on the bottom. When we do this brick on the bottom, ooh, that looks nice. In contrast with the diorite, oh, it looks fantastic. I love it. And we'll take a little peek in vanilla without the resource pack after this, just to take a look at how she is. But I think it's going to look great. There's black stained glass, by the way. That's a brand new one. I'm kind of having to, because of the stuff I talked about earlier with some resources getting used, some of my resources that I've made getting reused across by some other people. I'm having to go through, and I've changed so many things. In Patreons, I usually go through and I tell you in the videos, like, I changed this, I changed that. There's so much that I've changed because I want this to be unique. I don't want other people to have the textures that we have. So I've changed so much stuff that I'll probably just have a change log over up on the Patreon, okay? So those of you that are following and supporting over there, you can go check that out probably right now or after the video, whenever. But I think this looks really cool. I'm really happy with this and how it turned out. It's a beauty. Now what we got to do is we got to get it all on all four corners. So a tower here, we're going to have the exact same tower on all four sides. Okay, BdoubleO's got all four of those corners done. All those corner towers, they're done, but I'm noticing a little bit of a problem. I just went and got a bunch of pink wool because we've got something that's going to be, I think I'm noticing this as I planned it all out. This is good. When you plan it all out in wool, that's nice. But here we are with all the pillars in place, or the towers, the corner towers. I'm noticing something though, that it's looking really tall. I want it to be tall. The fact that we can see it from way out anywhere in the village is nice. Being able to see it from a lot of different areas, like see the peak of it, is awesome. But it's too tall and not wide enough So we're going to have to do some things to help it get a little bit wider. And I'm just going to go like maybe here, okay? And then we'll just come out like stair step out. That's a little too steep. Well, if we were higher, maybe a little stair step situation would be good. Let's see if we can go higher and try that. What I want to do is I want to put a building out here to kind of give a little more heft to this situation. I still want some room here. So maybe if we go here, this could work, possibly. Maybe if it came out that far. That seems like that's coming down too steep, maybe. I don't know. This is all part of the planning process. I want to kind of give you, on Hermitcraft, I don't do a whole lot of like the inside stuff. I do all this off camera. This is building with BdoubleO. So we talk about some of the building planning stuff and how we kind of come to certain decisions style-wise. This would definitely help. And then we'd still have enough room to get some detail on this wall here. Maybe even one taller or yeah, I think even we bring it down one more. So here's the thing, right? This could be good. We could do something, and yeah, actually I like this because this could give us like almost a quaint spot. This would be a quaint spot when you're walking by. It's very massive. There's I mean, as far as our the rest of the scale of the place, it's very massive. But then when you walk around here, if we bring this out a little bit, you're going to have this smaller area. It's going to give a nice scale to the whole thing. Having some smaller areas and some bigger areas are really good to help kind of showcase the size of things. So if this was like the wall right here for this part, and then it came all the way across to here. Whoopsie. Can we get it? Am I online with that? Yeah. Up there. Hey, ho. Nope, way off. Well, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. B-Dubs is missing, but there we go. And oop, and oop, and there. Nice try. That's close. But that's kind of the gist and the idea that we'd have something. Let's get this in and let's feel it. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool and pretty nice. I like that. But the big problem, this is a big problem, is the front. That's going to feel, there's not going to be much scale there, so maybe we'll have to do some just massive windows here. I'm not sure, because we can't really push this out. You know how we push this wall? We're going to push this wall out and around. We can't do that here, because if we do, we're going to start running into these houses. And that could be okay, but I want to try to work with what we got, and I think this could be really good. By the way, guys, I mean, we're coming near the end. See, episode 500 is going to be the last episode of this season of Building with BdoubleO. Just this season. We're going to have season 3 coming up shortly after that, and I'm so excited. We're going to do some planning for that together. But, okay, let me get to working on kind of these wingdings in this main lower area. And let's see if we can't come up with something kind of nice. Yeah, that's looking all right. I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. I was, when we were kind of planning this thing out, I was planning it out, and it was losing the style a little bit. The style of this thing is a domed. It's a domed building. We're gonna have domes, and I thought, you know what? We should have like a dome thing on the side too. So I scratched that entire thing we were laying out. It would have looked cool, but it would have been a little different style than what we're doing. Kind of more of like an English style. We're going like an Italian Tuscan Gothic mix type of thing. But it's looking good. So I did that, and as you saw, I did this. I did the sides too. Since we were kind of working on this, figuring out how we're gonna break that up. I just wanted to get this going and see what's it gonna look like. Is it gonna look odd? And I think this stained glass window situation makes it look good. I'm happy with that. I think that looks really, really nice. It looks broken up enough, I think. I mean, there's some things. I could work on this forever, really. And normally, maybe I would spend a lot more time off camera. But at the end of the day, you want to get the building complete and really soak it all in, and then you can make changes later. But I've got kind of the inside worked out as well. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. So on the inside, what we're going to do is we're going to put in some of this stuff right here. We're going to put in the glazed terracotta. And for those of you that don't know, in my resource pack, the glazed terracotta is the designs. You know how you do the 4x4 designs usually? Or the 2x2. I always mix those up. 2x2 designs. It's just a 2x2 design just mixed into one block. So if you put this into vanilla, because I'm facing different ways and stuff, you know, that I'm facing this way and I'm facing this way, it would be off a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. It's going to be perfectly fine. I filled all the bottom in. I was thinking about putting something in the basement, but we don't necessarily need to. I think this is going to be perfectly fine. We got enough of a project here on our hands. But let's find the center here. The center is, let's guess, here? No, off. There we go. That's the center. So I want to do a little bit of a design in the center. Kind of like, I kind of was trying to emulate like a rose in there. But yeah, let's try to work something out here. So I think if we go like this, I'm mixing in some of the greens so it doesn't look too bold or too over the top. And I think that's going to be good. Then let's go pink. Pink is kind of like the highlight color here. We're going to use pink for a highlight, and I think that'll look pretty nice. And then boom, boom. I think I got the right amount that I need here. Maybe a little extra, but that's okay. And then let's go boom, 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 like that. And we should have pink for all the corners. That should be good. And then we just fill the rest of this in with green. And that'll be kind of like our version of like a rose design. And I think that'll look pretty cool. Let's try. Let's see what she looks like. We'll get it kind of filled in all the way around the outside. And it should be good. But yeah, so guys, it's been about, what, 2.5 weeks? Almost 3 weeks, probably by the time this goes up, because I'm spending a lot of time on this episode. It's been about 3 weeks since I've uploaded. And the reason is, you know, back in the day when I started YouTube, I would just grind. I would just go, and I wouldn't take much time for myself. I wouldn't take much time to kind of, recharge the batteries, number one. And it's so easy to do that when you're doing this. If you're doing something you love, it's so easy just to go nonstop. Oh, man. I hope we have enough. We're getting kind of close to the end here. Uh-oh, we got one stack left. Is it going to cover us? Let's hope so. But in my old age now, I'm 37. I was in my 20s when I started this. I've learned that it's important not only to recharge your batteries, even if you're doing something you love. Oh, we got enough. Beautiful. It's not only important to recharge your batteries, but it's also important to kind of sit back, take a break, and analyze what you've been doing and try to find out, hey, is there a way I could do this better than I've been doing it? So that's kind of what I did over the last 2 weeks during the holidays and stuff, is I just kind of stepped back and, of course, I just worked on some, building stuff on my own. And, but I think that's a very important thing to do. I really like that. We could potentially use an additional color out here, but it really makes this place feel really cool having the floor like that. I'm almost thinking of having a ring around the outside of a different color. But this glazed terracotta, it's hard to make, so maybe not. Maybe we forgo that. But I very much recommend, especially those of you that are doing like YouTube stuff and whatnot, make sure. I used to just work hard, and that got me, to where I am today. That got me pretty far. But working smart, especially in these days on YouTube, is so important. So in anything that you do, I think it's good to just take time to work smart and not just hard. all the time. So that's what I've been trying to do. But anyway, let's now think about this upper area. I don't think this has to be anything super crazy. I'm thinking we're going to fill this out. Of course, we continue with diorite, but we're going to have smaller windows. Here we've got kind of bigger windows, from the outside. These look fairly big, even though that's 2 wide. It kind of almost feels like a 5 wide window. And these are fairly wide as well. On a corner, these are like 2.5. So we're going to do, I think, just like smaller 1 slit windows up here. Or maybe even not windows at all. Although I think up at the top I would reserve for that. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to work on this. And we've also got towers up top. We've got these smaller towers that are going to be fairly difficult. You can kind of see them there. And want to work those out too. So I'm going to get started on that. Of course, I need to go to sleep so no mobs spawn. But I'm going to get started on that. This baby's coming along. Hey, buddy. Hi. You just watching me build? Good. I hope you're enjoying yourself. He lost his llamas somewhere. I don't know where, but he was kind of just sitting back and watching the show while we built that upper layer. And, ooh, this thing is really coming along. This is a big build, man. There's the llamas. I really should. I'm kind of gathering up. You guys know that I like to use these to transfer some specialty items from area to area, but we're kind of nearing the end of the season, so we don't really need them anymore. But it's really coming along. Look at this baby. I'm telling you right now, after this episode, I'm going to probably do some changes. I'm going to take some things and kind of change them up a little bit and try to make it look a little prettier. I do want to test out potentially adding some greenery around it, some ivy leaves climbing up and around, possibly. We'll see. It might make it look too messy, but it's already on kind of the busy side. So it's looking good. Outside is looking good, and the last thing we have to do is put a roof on it. That's it. We just got to get a roof on it, and we're good. But there's a little bit of a problem, kind of, and that's this interior. How's this all going to look? Ideally, I want like a cool, decorative, mosaic-looking dome up there. That's the ideal situation, but I don't know exactly how that's going to go. And we've got some weird kind of angles and shapes and stuff like that. I was planning on using this area here and this area here on all 4 corners is kind of like an area to maybe put some armor stands or something, but we've got these towers. You can see them kind of climbing up there, and they don't have much structural support on the inside. On the outside, they do. And guys, this is a building tip that helps you kind of work out some of your design and decoration. Think about the actual architectural integrity of the thing. If it looks like something's kind of floating, like the inside of this tower, you need to kind of make some sort of support. And the way I designed this, it's not really good. It kind of doesn't really help us. We're in kind of a bad spot. We need to ideally have this block, and that block extend all the way down, but that's going to block these windows and this entrance. It's not very good. Let me go to sleep real quick. Good morning. Okay, good. So, yeah, maybe I can do... Now, sometimes you can do arches. Arches kind of provide some support, so I could do like an arch going from here to here that would act as kind of a support for these. Potentially. I'm going to have to figure that out. Or maybe we'll just kind of figure out some sort of design. We've also got part of these domed roofs on the outside that are showing. Might just cover those up with a diorite. But last but not least, we got to finish this dome up on top. And I think we're going to be able to call this baby completed. Whew! All right. Several days later. Well, not several days later. I mean, several days since I started recording, and my goodness, there's coal, by the way. I'm messing with some coal textures. I think that looks cool. Little veins, you know. Did I say that before? Maybe I said that before. But anyway, we're coming up here to get a little bit of a distant view. This is something I made years and years ago. Hui, ay, ay. Not good. I recently changed all this. This used to be birch fences. Yikes. I mean, it was supposed to be like a theater or a auditorium or something. I don't know. Good try, at least. But look at this. Look at the difference, huh? Look at the difference a couple years makes. This was a massive project for me. And this, holy simoleons. Isn't she a beauty? Oh, I think it looks gorgeous. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out better than I was anticipating. Let's go down. There's several different views that I want to see it from. But my goodness, it's a gorgie. I'm happy with this. I think it turned out really well. So we got that dome on top, and we got a little bit of another thing on top of that. It's good. It's good. You know, this is back in the day, the way I used to do YouTube videos. Something like this, it would be like separated into maybe 4 different episodes. It'd be like each segment that we did here, the towers, right? That'd be one episode working out the towers. And I draw it out a little bit. And then the next episode would be figuring out this front side. And then the next episode would be doing the top part. And the next episode would be finishing the dome and the interior. But I'm just working it out all in one episode. I like this better. I know it's less content overall, but I think it's better. You know, one episode, you get the full product, final product. But here's the interior. And this land, like I said, is called the land of Ivy Rose. And this is kind of a temple. And funny enough, my daughter Ivy's birthday would be Sunday, January 12th. That is the 2-year would be her second birthday. So the timing of this is actually kind of fitting, I think. And it feels a little silly to do something like in a video game and like have it have meaning for one of your kids. But this game has been a huge part of my life for years, 9-10 years. So to include something for my late daughter in this game, I don't know. To me, there is a little bit of sentimental meaning to it. So we've got like a too tall rose bush in the middle here, kind of like some candles lit and stuff. You know how you see in some of the old Catholic buildings, there's a little place to wash your hands. Or I don't know exactly what that's for. Sprinkle holy water or something? I don't know. And then here's like a little altar thing. I think it's pretty cool. With, you know, we'll pretend those are roses, even though it's poppies. But yeah, and then look at the ceiling, that kind of mosaic detail up on the top. I think that looks really, really cool. I tried adding some detail up in here. We kind of worked out that thing. I just kind of put some arches in here to act as supports for those buildings there, those towers up top. And it does add a nice architectural detail like we talked. And these towers, I thought they'd be just decorative and not have a purpose or a meaning or a function, but I was able to work in function. So this is the first tower that we did today, and then you connect over to here, and then you can go up here, and then you're up in this level. I didn't even think this would be functional, that we'd be able to get up here, but we can. On all sides, we can get up this next tower. So cool. I'm really happy with it. I think this build turned out fantastically. So I'm really, really happy with it. I think it looks great. Even in the vanilla resource pack. I mean, it's jarring, but it still looks really, really nice. I kind of want to look at this with shaders on. And this is with the BSL shaders, which I think are kind of nice. I mean, my frames are hurting a little bit here. We're running a little low on frames. My computer is a lot older than I thought it would be, or than I realize it is. It's a pretty old computer. It's like 4 years old. In computer terms, that's super old. But this looks pretty sick. I like this with shaders on. This is kind of nice. I like the feel in here. Pretty cool. And then, yeah, I kind of started working on another building here. Still needs details and stuff, but I think it looks pretty nice. Yeah, these shaders, I mean, you guys, they're the people that don't like shaders. They don't like them because it's too bright, right? I really wish there was a soft shader. Just a shader with some nice, soft brights and shadows and stuff. But, yeah, there you kind of get the feel for it. Let's go back up to where we were at the start of this segment here and get a view from a distance and see how she looks. It's not bad. It's really not that bad. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't think we're going to get that kind of depth fog that we get in with the shaders off, but still kind of a cool look. This area is really turning out to be something fantastic. So guys, in 2 more episodes, yeah, that's a nice look. I like that. I just wish there was a little more distance feeling to it. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. I like that. That's pretty cool. But guys, this is the second to last. I mean, there's 2 more episodes. This is 498. We're going to do episode 499, which is going to be some extension. I've got some really cool ideas to kind of finish this city off. And then episode 500, we're going to kind of tour the world and stuff and wish it well and say goodbye for a while. Oh, I'm excited. The future is looking very, very bright. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Patreons, all of you that support me over on Patreon, the brand new rehashed resource pack is up on the Patreon right now for you to download. Go check it out if you want. I think this is turning out beautiful. Oh, yeah, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you to death. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.